Yeah, we got the new 2022 Busa. We'll do a stock to Widowmaker. Full system exhaust going on this, carbon fiber rims, the blue variant, and full tune, and let you guys see what this thing will do. So what's it sound like? A damn vacuum cleaner. Let's fix that. Alright, we got behind me a 2022 bone stock Hayabusa. We're going to run this thing in its stock form, and we're going to install the Rotobox exhaust full system on it, then make a run, and then tune it. So you guys see all the different numbers that it makes, and then at the end we will also ram air tune it and see how it does there. Alright, just for the start, we're starting off at 175 horsepower. She made 167 on the first run. That's in fourth gear. She does, or fifth gear, sorry. She does a little bit better in sixth gear. Comes on a little earlier. It's got a particular speed that it tells the front wheel speed sensor to shut up. I'm sure there's probably a way that I could eliminate that, but I'll have to get into the ECU to finally get that to shut up. But nonetheless, that's our starting point, and see what we can make from there. Line is a 2019 overlaid on this 2022. Big difference up top in how they respond, and this is all limits through the ECU, torque limiting through the front wheel is the difference there. I think it actually does make similar power down there, probably more, but we'll find out here once I de-restrict the ECU. Here we go, de-restricted ECU, let's see what happens. In case you want to run a set of slip-ons or no exhaust at all, let's see what it does. difference in power, 1.5 horsepower and 1 foot-pound of torque. 1.5 horsepower, 1 foot-pound of torque. Muffler cans off, muffler cans on. And actually it ran richer with them off, which is crazy. So it doesn't really care whether the muffler cans are on it or off. Just more noise. De-restricting it and getting rid of the lift control, we got some pretty healthy differences. Redline was the first run that we did with power mode 1. Messed around with power modes and cleared some stuff and flashed it, and that's the blue. And then brown, we managed to get the lift control shut off, and then that all picked up. But we did take off the cans. There is only a slight difference between before cans and after cans. Now we're going to get the full system exhaust on it and see what we gain from the exhaust, and then a retune. Right, we got the Hayabusa airbox. We got some custom stacks that we fabbed up. These are prototypes. They're based off of another model. I was able to trim them down in order to get them to fit. Let's see how they do on the Hayabusa. In the box. Sprint air filter too. Second pull. Look at that extra power up top. No tuning done yet. Torque's damn near the same. Everything's damn near the same. We do have some differences in fuel, but they're minor. Gonna make another pull and see what it'll do. Here we go. First pull with the new stacks. Got one already up on the graph. Let you guys see what it'll do. That's a freaking 10 horsepower gain up top. That's a 10 horsepower gain up there. Purple versus, brown versus purple. Jesus. Sorry, 8 horsepower. Close enough. Lost a little bit of torque, but we'll probably get that back when we add the fuel in. Wow. Stacks after a little bit of tuning. Are about the same. Blue line, purple line, so I actually went a little too fat on the top. But your air fuel is just going fat just at the end. On the loaded pole, it's fatter. So the loaded pole is the real stuff, so about 8,000 went a little too fat. And it pulls against the load a whole lot better. Fueling fixed, making some power. Stacks versus no stacks. We got more power everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Mostly gains up top. Again, these are prototypes. We made same torque. We made 2 more overall horsepower, and then about a 10 horsepower gap there. So I'm stoked about that. Now we got to get that stock can off and get the exhaust on and see what it does with that. All right, full Brock system, 8 pounds, 11.6 ounces with the foam. Of course, we got a couple springs and stuff that go on with that. So I can get on the scale at one time. That's 1 exhaust can and the exhaust, the 12 pounds that the other one weighs. Full wheel and tire package stock. It lost an ounce as I let the air out of it. So I guess filling your tires with helium might work. There we are, 10 pounds, 7.8 ounces. That's with no brake rotor, so I still got to pull the brake rotor. Locking these beautiful things into one of these machines isn't a nervous ordeal. I don't know, because she's too beautiful, even though they're stronger than the aluminum ones. All right, whole wheel and tire and disc on there. 27, 2.6. They even included titanium hardware for the bolts there. Pretty nice. All I gotta do is cut a zip tie and install this baby. When you're doing the rear wheel on these, if you're trying to avoid nicking up the wheel, take off the entire brake assembly, every piece of it, take it all apart. It's gonna make it a lot easier because once this whole thing is off, you can slide the spacer in by itself. All right, zeros on the scale. The stock wheel, 27, 6.6. First run with the Brock exhaust on me. Granted, we do not have the can on the exhaust right now. Made 185.5 or 0.4 with a pretty decent gain in torque. Picked up 3 foot-pounds of torque. I like that. Gains across the board except for down there. We can probably fix that. And so we lost a little bit of torque down to 4,000 RPM. Let's get to tuning and get this thing to run. All right, so the tune's done. Let's see what we got. How about them apples? 192. Little spiky. Hard on the shift. Made a little bit more on that pull. But 189, that's our final number. That was a single gear pull. On the blue. It comes up, tank 189 up there. I'll compare that over the beginning here in a moment. E85 in the tank. Let's see what she do. Like that. Woo. Jesus. 193 with some E85 in the tank, 113 foot-pounds of torque, 14 foot-pounds of torque. Picked up just about everywhere. I did not do much correction on the other than the base fuel curves. It'd probably pick up just a little bit more torque because we're a little bit lean there. All in all, she likes it, but I'm not creating a full tune right now for this, at least not in this video. Customer only cares to be on pump gas, and this only has a single tune through the ECU, so we would need a power commander in order to make that that combination work properly. But these things can make some power. 190, let's round that up to 193, and then 196 on the multi-gear pole. Yeah, a little bit of a spike there, but it still did it nonetheless. I'd call that 195. And that was with the ram air blowing on it on that round. But hell yeah. Compared against a stock Marcini off of an RR. Just for comparison, there's the weight of a Marcini front wheel.